What's going on, guys? Mike here. Got a package from Hyper Racing. Let's open it up, see what we got. Build number 2. Alright, let's see what we got. Take my X-O knife here. Miss it completely. I love getting these packages from Hyper. Too, they got this cool tape too. Everyone else just uses plain tape. Got some packing paperwork, shipping labels, more paper. Ooh, looky here, looky here. Looks like this is our shifter assembly. Yep. We've got shifter assembly. We've got our new brake caliper for the Sprint. Willwood, actually, let's take a look at this. Willwood Dynalite. Ooh, that's pretty. I thought it came in black. It's almost like a matte gray. That's pretty dang cool. And it's super lightweight too. That's crazy. Dual bleeders, you can mount it either direction. That is nice. It's a nice color. I thought it was gonna be black, but I'm actually happy the way this color is. Sweet. The directions, some stickers. Can't wait to put that on. That's gonna be cool. It's gonna look good. Okay. This is gonna be all my engine mount hardware for my plates. I upgraded to the titanium engine bolts for the rear. One, because it saves quite a bit of weight. So I've got the titanium rear bolts, middle section, washers, spacers. I went with the tie bar here. So for me to adjust the motor, loosen up the motor, slide the motor forward and back, I can do it just from the outside of the car. I don't have to do it, put a wrench on the inside. So just mount, this bar just goes on the inside here. My bolts come through, and I just loosen it up. Just stays in place just from the outside, so it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, so I've got all the rest of the brake hardware in there. That's cool. Good deal, good deal. I believe this here is going to be, this is the shifter handle. Hyper shifter handle. Nice black. You know, I'm pretty surprised. A lot of it, like some of the pictures I see, they like come in like chrome or, you know, black. Like the caliper I thought was going to come in black, but it actually came in nice, like a nice matte gray, like almost a gunmetal gray. And then this too, supposed to be, per the picture, supposed to be a like a chrome. But I actually like the black. The black looks really good. That's cool. I like that. Let's see. Move some more of this paper. Here's my brake pads and shims for the caliper. Put those there. Here is one of the plates for the engine. I'm running out of room here. Put that up there. I try not to scratch everything. I don't want to try to keep it nice. This is one of the engine plates. It's pretty nice. Billet engine plate. And then these should be the actual engine plate itself, the one that ratchets the motor back and forth. So, come on, get out of there. Hold on. Ooh, those are sweet. That is nice. That is nice. That's a nice piece of hardware right there. 03 to 05 R6 short. That is nice. Wow. I like that. Does one say Hyper on it? No, no Hyper. That's nice though. Oh, I like that. That's pretty nifty. That looks real good. That's gonna look great on the car with the black frame and the billet style bars. And this is more engine hardware. I upgraded to the titanium, so I don't need this, but this is extra in case I need it. Could always use extra nuts and bolts and stuff. But so we've got basically all our engine plates and stuff. Got our shifter assembly, got our brackets, got our brakes. And that's pretty much it for this box. We could pretty much now go ahead and mount the motor. I'm waiting on the spacers, but we could pretty much go ahead and mount the motor in the car. So maybe we'll get to do that this weekend. I know we're definitely going to mount the caliper, the brake caliper, and get that in, because that looks really nice. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it out of the package, and I want to look at that some more. That is nice. I love Wilwood products. Anytime I bought something from Wilwood, it's always been nice. Everything's smooth, nothing's sharp. I love it. Dual bleeders, you can mount this either way, up this way, the back that way. There's your back fitting. I've got all the pads, your quick disconnects. Your brake pads, just pop that up, slide it out. That looks great. That's going to look good on the car. There we go. Wilwood Dynalite. Alright, so we got the caliper here. I'm going to go ahead and put it together. Got our brake pads. Now, I didn't go with the larger caliper like the old car. It had the 4-piston, because the old car weighed a ton. This car weighs so much more so much lighter. You really don't need all that braking power, especially with dirt. But it does have a front brake too. My old car did not have a front brake. This has a front brake, and the car is significantly lighter. So with the Wilwood Dynalite, you're going to have to run spacers with the smaller rotors, which basically we all run. Not a smaller rotor, the thickness is thinner, like a 3/16 rotor. So you're going to have to run spacers, because if not, the pistons itself will pop out of the caliper, which is no good. You don't want to do that. Nice thing about Wilwood is most of these are all rebuildable. You can always rebuild them. So what we're going to do is go ahead and pull this pin out. And again, this is basically almost to change the brake pads. It's basically the same thing. So you're going to take your shim first, the brake pad. That is part number for the brake pad. Put it through. We're going to line it up through the top here. Put our clip back through the body of the brake caliper. Work that through. I'm going to put the pad in through the bottom. So I'm going to turn this, try to get it to where you guys can see it. I'm going to turn this up. I'm going to hang the shim first. So we're going to hang the shim on top of it. So you're going to have to put the shim through it and then pull up on the top to get this out of the way so you can get it on. Like so. Don't know if you were able to see it or not. We'll try it again. So shim is on. Then we're going to put the brake pad on next. So I'm going to put the brake pad up there. We're going to pull up on the center just enough to, trying to show it, slide it past. Yep. A bit difficult trying to get it in the camera. There we go. Just pull this up so these little tabs here can go past the pad. And then after that, just move it forward. So you've got your one pad in with your shim. Now you're going to do the other side. So this side, you're going to start with your pad first. Your next pad. Make sure the fiber goes in first. Slide this one up. And I can't really show it, but yeah, you pull up on this and the pad will come through. And after that, then you're going to take your last shim. Doesn't matter which way. Shim goes in through the bottom. Rolls up on top there. Get them on both ends. Push this through. That's really not going to go anywhere, so maybe now I can show you. So we're going to push this all the way through. And we're going to pick up on this because it's going to lock in through the back of the caliper. Okay, ride that there. Pull up, and we're going to go for the very last bit. It's going to go and lock on the very back of the caliper here, and that's the lock for it. So pull up, go over top, and now we're locked in. So you have your shim, your pad, your shim, your pad, your gap in the center. Nice clean setup, easy to maintain at the track if you had to. Swap pads is fairly simple. And there's your bottom mount. Push that to the side. There's your bottom of your pads. Pretty thick pads on this. That's pretty good. Nice radius for the rotor. You see they give you all 4-way bleeders on here, which is nice. But other than that though, guys, that's it for this cool little caliper. Actually came out really good. So luckily that works. Now the shifter is on there. We'll move it around when we do the final put together. Everything on here is just mock-up. Everything's being mocked up before we do anything with the body or anything like that. But other than that though, it's in here. It's nice and smooth. No issues, no binding or anything like that. So with one hand you'll be able to bang gears and pull your clutch in if you need to. If not, just whoop, bang, bang, done. So now I'm going to go ahead, get the linkage set up here, get that all set up and going. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and mount up our brake assembly now. So I went ahead and already measured out for the spacers. Use 2 spacers, actually 3 spacers. Throw them on the axle first, slide it over, pull the axle through. I'm going to move the discus spline, goes right on. And then of course all your other hardware, that'll bring your tire and all that out. But right now we're just going to do the caliper. So this is my back spacing I need for the rotor. I'm going to go ahead and get the caliper mounted on here and add 2 shims to it. Alright guys, we got our rotor in place, we got our caliper we need to stick on. We're going to go ahead and mount our caliper up. Alright, so we're going to take our caliper, spread our pads on our caliper, put our caliper on the rotor, put the lower bolt in, the titanium lower. I'm going to add my shim to space out the caliper. Then I'm going to go ahead and push it through the rotor. The other side, install my nut, then to pull the caliper up to do the top side. Feed my bolt through the rotor. I'm going to have to probably spin the rotor a little bit to get the bolt through. Feed the bolt through the rotor, add the spacer to the back side. As you feed the bolt through the backing plate for the bird cage, push it through, install your nut on the back side. Now we can go ahead and tighten this bad boy up. Now I already put my 1/8 inch tap in for my brake line. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and install my brake line and just tie it up to the wishbone here to get it out of the way. On there. There we go. The brake caliper is installed. Okay, we installed the line. I'm going to come through the wishbone. I installed a grommet here, so we're going to go through the grommet, through the side panel here. Pull the brake line through, and don't twist it around the Nerf bar. That helps a lot. So we're going to pull it back out. Okay, go around the Nerf bar. Now through the wishbone, through the car, roll it through the car, run the excess forward. In front of the car, through the pedal assembly, and we'll leave a little extra here for suspension travel. So again, I'm going to move this up so that way all this is smooth with it, because I don't want it bent like that, because then it's, you get a sharp angle there. So I'll bend it up so that way everything can be moved and got to pretty easy. But yeah, there we go. Nice grommet there, which when we get all the bodies completely secured, then it'll be good to go.
Other than that though, that's pretty much done for the rear brakes on this thing. Besides hooking up the line and hooking up the pedal system and bleeding it all out, that's it, we're done. So nice easy install of the Wilwood dyno caliper from Hyper Racing.